Hello guys, welcome back to Fishbox Studio. My name is Taylor. Today we're going to be reviewing the Sicce Mega Filtra 950 SDC. We're going to unbox it, we're going to take a look at it, we're going to do a review of the quality. Stay tuned. So guys, just so you know, this is not a sponsored review. I bought this with my own money. I are currently running a Fluval FX4. Unfortunately, I'm running into some issues, especially when we do things like a CO2 reactor. It really kills a lot of the flow, and I've been thinking of getting something more high, with more features. The reason why this thing attracted me was because of its pre-filter. And that's kind of something I've been wanting because I'm constantly cleaning out the FX4 and it's a pain in the butt to open. So, without further ado, let's open this. Alright, so we got the filter right here. And the instructions. First, let's check out the quality on this thing. So I like the quality of this. This feels pretty thick. That, from me, is a point because I did have a Sicce whale and that thing was flimsy as heck. So I'll give them a point for that. Got this nice handle here. This is actually really nice. Let's pop off this thing. So I guess I gotta push this button down. There's our pre-filter. That's not bad. It's small, but I think that's a plus because if you know the other one, with the Awaze Biomaster, I think it has a pre-filter, but it's long and you would still have to remove the canister from your cabinet just to remove it. So the fact that they made this compact makes it really easy to just pull out while not having to remove the whole filter from your cabinet. So I'd say that's pretty good. That's a plus for me. Okay, first con, I guess. When you put this back in, it has to go in a certain way. Otherwise, it's not going to fall all the way down. I think you could do a little bit better than that, but that's a pretty minor complaint for me. Let's put this back on. Pretty smooth. Got the button right here. Let's open this thing up. This feels like it's kind of stuck. Oh, okay. That makes sense. So you can't fully undo this without picking up the handle. That's probably a good idea, actually. You know, don't want to accidentally do it. So yeah, this plastic is pretty sturdy and thick. I like that they got this this line right here. That's actually so that the filter is constantly removing air, so if any air bubbles make it inside, this will immediately remove them. It doesn't have the feature where it just stops every 12 hours or so to let air come out. No, it just does it as it goes. I also like that the impeller is up on the top and is removable without any sort of tools. That makes it pretty simple to get in and clean. I don't have to take the whole dang thing apart to put a screwdriver to it to get it out, which is a plus in my book. Let's take a look at this. We got 1, 2, 3, so 4 layers of filtration. Did give us some bio rings. This must be zeolite or phosphate remover of some sort. I don't really care for that. Lots of sponges though. Sponges are different. So the sponges, it goes around, one big sponge around, then some in the middle too. Got these little pop-off things. And then we got also some some fine mesh, same design, one big sponge around, and then fine mesh in the middle with another sponge. That's not bad. Bottom, we got 2 sponges right in the middle and then one big one around. That's pretty good. Now let's see if I can put this back together. But yeah, this is pretty thick. I'd say this is about like the kind of plastic you'd find in a trash bin. That's kind of how it feels like it to me, but that's my personal opinion. But it's pretty thick, and it's a lot more, feels a lot more durable than like a Sicce the whale filter. That I didn't like that at all. That was so flimsy, it was thin. I felt like if I dropped that, it would shatter into a billion pieces. This feels pretty durable. And then we got this top piece where I guess we could just pretty much put in whatever we like. Alright. What else is in the box? So we have this right here. Let's pop that open too, see what's inside. So here we have some carbon. Once again, I don't care for carbon. Can be come in handy though at times. We got the head. Oh, that's nice. So these heads where you put the hoses, this can spin all the way around. That's actually really useful. I like it also has its own sort of little handle to pull it up and out. It's a nice touch. We got our hose. This is a nice hose. This, from what I can feel, really flexible, but it helps with preventing kinks. Usually these hoses you gotta buy separately, so this is a pretty nice hose. It's not the typical see-through plastic that you usually find, or see-through PVC, which you can see all the dirt in. This is just solid gray, so you don't have to look at any of that nasty dirt. That's a good thing. I think that's good. What else we got? Comes with the spray bar. That's a plus. Remember, with most filters, even the Fluval, including the Fluval, you gotta buy a spray bar separately. This just comes with it. What the heck, Fluval? What are you doing, man? Just include a spray bar. We're already paying $300–500 for your filters. I don't see why you can't include a $10 spray bar. We got our little hose attachments on the tank. Now that's nice. So rather than using suction cups, these actually slide on to the tank of the rim like this, and then you just push this back to hold it in place. That's nice. No need for suction cups. That's perfect. That's great, man. And then right here we got this other one. This must be the outflow, I guess. It's even got right here, you can turn this to adjust the flow. That's a plus. It means I don't have to get inside the cabinet to adjust the flow. I can just reach over the corner of the tank, twist it, and adjust it like that. Simple. Here's the intake. This is see-through. Now, yeah, you can see dirt in this one, but the beauty of it is as long as you keep it clean, it kind of hides it inside your tank. That's a good thing. Usual power cord. So this must be the controller. So this filter is actually controllable through the app. Only the SDC version can do that. So apparently you're supposed to be able to connect to this filter to an app, control its flow. It's supposed to be able to monitor temperatures, flow, and make adjustments. We'll get to that later. And then here we have our typical, inflow, outflow. It also comes with the standard nozzle. So if you don't want the spray bar, you can just use a standard nozzle with a directional. That's a good thing. I like spray bars, but I don't always like spray bars. It really just depends on the tank. Then we got these nice, these must be the feet for the canister. These are a foam. I'm thinking these will actually really deaden the noise, but we'll find out. Anyways, that's all that's in the box, guys. So I'll give you the usual stuff from the box. So this filter, it's got about 3.5 gallons of filter capacity, of like media capacity in the canister. We'll go through that soon. It's got Wi-Fi controllable with that little controller I showed you, and it's meant for, says it's up to 250 US gallon tanks. Whether that's true or not is It really depends on the tank. From what I know, the output of this filter, the pump output is about 460 gallons per hour, which is pretty high. But again, those numbers are kind of strewed together. They're typically, when they test them, they test the pump itself with nothing attached to it, and that goes for every manufacturer. So we'll be seeing that. But the plus is 5-year warranty. 5-year warranty is great, and I wish more manufacturers did that. 3 years, I would say pretty fine, but 5-year, if you really trust your product, 5 years, man, that's great. Anyways, let's set this up. Follow me onto the tank and let's hook this thing up. Alright guys, so we're back. This filter has been installed for a few days now. I have some thoughts on it. So one of my issues with the filter, I'd call this a minor con, is actually these. I actually liked them when I unboxed them, but I don't like them here. These things always slide like this. They don't really lock in place very well, and they're very easy to bump out of the way. And when they're like right here, they slide back and forth and just don't stay in place. I don't understand. So we have these little, see that there's these little hooks right here. You could easily put like a rubber band or a rubber ring around it to give it some grip. I don't understand why they didn't include that. I don't understand why the piece in the back right here doesn't have one either. It would come so useful. My other upset about these is I wish these right here actually had a lock. I wish these right here that go back and forth, I wish they actually had a lock so that you couldn't move them or adjust them anymore, like a hard lock, like a switch or something. That would be another thing that would be nice. So I'd say it's good effort, but you could definitely use some improvement there, Sicce. Other than that, pretty good filter. Even without my power head right here, it pushes quite a bit. And the flow is pretty decent. Now, this controller thing here to use your app, it's okay. It's not the best. Coming from someone who knows software design and studies it, I could build a better app than that. There's just too much screen space wasted. Other than that, I'd say this filter is pretty decent if you're interested. It doesn't take up too much cabinet space like the FX4 series or FX series. It's really tall in comparison. But, I mean, it really depends on what's best for your cabinet. Do you have width or do you have more height? I like the filter. I like that it's got the the pre-filter, that's one of the major reasons why I bought it. And I'd say it's probably one of the best out there. This is actually one filter that I bought from Sicce, probably the first filter I bought from Sicce that I'm actually happy with. But it could still use some improvements, I'll give it that. I do like the filter. I do think it's a good purchase. If you want to step out of Fluval and just try something different, I think this is a great filter. It's just as pricey as the Fluval's FX series filters. But if you want something that's more modern-like, I think it's a pretty decent investment, especially with the pre-filter. It just makes things so much easier on weekly or monthly maintenance. I do like how the app has has kind of a timer to where you can set like a number of months of how often you want to clean the filter, and it can remind you. I don't like how the app is designed. It's just not that good. It just doesn't look very modern. It looks kind of like it was mashed together in a quick succession and wasn't really given much thought. I think they could definitely use some better design. And that's all I really have to say, though. I would say the filter is really decent. My name is Taylor Bloomquist from Fishbox Studio. Thank you for joining with me on this review. Catch you next time.